I wanted to do my favorites for April, and I like doing my monthly things around close to full moons. I know it's a few days past, but I was like, I kind of did my March favorites in the middle of March, so I was like, well, I'll just stick to that. I kind of like it. But let me show you guys what I've been into. So I've been talking about I'm going to be doing water divination. It's coming up. Like it's kind of like you have to like choose a time, the right timing for it. So I'm kind of like hesitating and procrastinating, but not really. I'm like just getting myself prepared. But I was going to say, so I have my sacred water. I was like, I got that last weekend. It's been charging in the sun. It has a rose quartz crystal in there. And I picked up some beeswax candles because water divination, you can actually just use like just a bowl of water or a bowl of water with a crystal in it, or or you can drop candle wax as well. I think I was just going to try it all, just try it all. So I have some beeswax candles to use for that. I also picked up from the Glowing Skin on Etsy. I think that's right. I'll post a link, but oh my gosh, it just came in and I can smell the beeswax, in the box. I could smell it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is legit, but it smells really good. So I got a little pillar candle because I love beeswax. I've been using, as soon as I found out about beeswax candles, I've been using it for like over a year now. It's like, that's all I use. I was using it for like when I was going through a very healing time in my life, and I had, oh, I don't have it. I also moved this month. It's been such a crazy month. I have a really cute, I picked it up at Target. It was, it's like a little, a pillar candle holder with little hearts carved out, and I would light my candle every night when I was taking a bath or giving my daughter a bath, and it just made me feel love, especially like all the, the negative ions it puts out. So it's like, oh, it's just special. I don't know, something special about it. And I also picked up some rosemary. I've been using, this is an essential oil, but rosemary essential oil. I've been using rosemary body oil, and I've been rubbing on my heart chakra, and I don't know if that's what it's there for, but I'm like, rosemary's green, that's great, heart chakra's green, so I was just like experimenting with my heart chakra this month. But and also for dreams, I've been using mugwort. I can't figure out how to effectively use this. I have very powerful dreams, but they're not every night, and I've been trying to make them help me retain them more often. So I sleep with this next to my head. I've burned it as lit it like sage and used like sage, and used it, and I still can't figure out how to like make it work for me. It's supposed to help, but I don't know if it's helping or not. I can't tell. I haven't really noticed. I mean, I was like, my dreams are so powerful, but they're not every night, and I'm trying to keep it consistent. So who knows? We'll keep working with it, but it does smell really good. I got this off Etsy too. You can usually buy it at local metaphysical shops, but I wanted to support Etsy artists and creators. So that's that. Let's talk about the decks I've been using. I mentioned this in my videos I posted yesterday. This is my little carry bag. I have been using legitimately like every day Morgan Greer. That Lover's card is always around. So Morgan Greer, Lumina. Some of these are mixed up, but the Lumina. My goodness. And it's gorgeous. I love that card. Isn't that beautiful, that Four of Wands? Crystals, feathers, sacred geometry. Love it. Love this deck. So those two, and I have been using the fountain, and oh my goodness, every reading with this. I mean, all three of these decks have been amazing. And my oracle deck I've been using is the Connected and Free. And there's a little booklet for it. The messages in this guidebook are amazing, but it's not necessary. I like reading the messages, but I don't always have time. But here's this. I'm going to do a review on this because I have been absolutely loving it. There's my card. This pops out for me almost every single day. So, in the chakras, there's the heart chakra. So, That one has been super spiritual and amazing and loving, and the cardstock on these two, I think this is my favorite cardstock ever on these. It's really thick, so it's not really for like bridge shuffling or riffle shuffling, but I mean you can do it, but there's just a really good overhand shuffle. It's just so thick and nice. It's classy. I don't know how else do you describe it. But, and then I have some new decks. I'll show you guys that two of them I just got yesterday in the mail. One of them I had to pre-order back in January because Elise from Wild Moon Woman. Oh, by the way, I think, yeah, the glowing skin on Etsy, I think that was Elise, Wild Moon Woman. I'm such a fangirl of hers, if anyone can tell. But, and actually, a bunch of these decks are based off of her collection videos. So she is the number one enabler for everything. But here's the Sacred Creators Oracle by Chris Ann. Pixie Curio on Instagram. She has like she is incredible. This deck, I'm like, I have run my own business since I was like 21. So this, like, where has this been my whole life? And I'm always coming up with ideas. So even if you have like a regular job and like a side business of some kind, or you do some, hobbies. I mean, it's for anybody. The book has been amazing. I just got it earlier this week. A week ago. I got it a week ago. It came in, but it's just been absolutely amazing, and it really is that book. Wild Moon Woman talks about how amazing the book is, and the deck, and this the cardstock. It's the same printing company, or the same. She's on Instagram. I cannot think of her name, but she's the one that prints Star Child Tarot and this. But like the beautiful gilding on the sides. Absolutely amazing cardstock, super smooth. It's different than the Inner Hue, like Connected and Free and Lumina Tarot, but it's still amazing. I mean, they're both just world class cardstock. And I had to put my phone on silent. So this has been amazing. I'm enjoying using this. I never do unboxings because I'm so damn excited when I get my stuff in. I don't have time to let's video record this, but also for you guys too. I'm a very excited person anyway, so I'm like, even if I did an unboxing, it would just be like me girl squealing the entire time, like, oh, look at this. So I'm trying to give it a couple hours or days before I tell you how amazing it is. But yeah, actually, and it comes in a really nice box. I think you can still get this on, I don't know, because this was the second run of this, because she sold out of both, I think. And I think she said that Goop still has it. Get on this. This is worth its weight in gold. I mean, I've waited till, it came in April. I ordered this in January. And she was like, it's worth it. It's worth it. She absolutely was correct on that. And she's an inspiring person. If you follow her on Instagram and her Instagram stories, she is super, super inspiring. Not just as a sacred creator, but just, I don't know, it's just like everything I need to hear as an entrepreneur, especially like if you are trying to start something and be different and non-traditional in any way, in any capacity, whether that is your livelihood or whatever. It's so good to get something nurturing and the hermit's light, help guide you on this darker path that, that's hasn't been tread upon by others yet. You're branching off onto your own, so it's going to be a little squirrely, so you need like a good guiding light. So yeah, but again, I've only had it for a week, so I haven't been able to go super in depth with it. I just know I love it. I knew I was going to love it. I love it. So it is amazing. Another one that I picked up, actually, oh my gosh, I've picked up a couple, but I'll show you guys. I'm gonna have to do a collection video, but okay. So I picked up, because of Sacred Seed, she has this one and the other one, art. So this is Art Through the Eyes of the Soul, or Oracle, and she also has the Art Through the Starstream. I had seen this at Barnes & Noble, and it comes in a nice little book. The messages, not so much messages, it's like a little story. Here, I'll show you guys. If you want to, I can read you. Would you guys like me to pull a card? And also okay. here's the backing. It's very nicely gilded. It's two, like, I say little hands. I have, like, little hands, and I can't quite get around to shuffle it. It's like, woohoo! I'm spilling cards. I can just barely overhand shuffle it. I'm actually kind of surprised I'm able to now, but I'm trying. Here we go. So, I'll pull a card and let you guys see. This has been a very cool, nifty little deck. It's very shamanic and special in that sense. And obviously, like, I really respect Sacred Seed, Elle from Sacred Seed. I really respect her, among others. But she doesn't have a whole bunch of Oracle decks. I was like, obviously, if this one's important to her, I need to check this out. But the creator is Cheryl Yombrick Rose. How do you see it? Is her. But very beautiful art. It's like art she's done over the past 20 or 30 years. It's in this deck and the other deck as well. So here is a card I pulled for you guys. You are cherished and protected. This is Earth Rapture. And I'll let you guys just get an idea. Earth Rapture. Alright. So this is a painting from 1998 she did. So the expanded meaning is, woohoo! Feel the universal love that surrounds you and let it cancel out your fears. We are not alone in these trying times. And the message is, they're like a little half page, one little page. The Earth Angel is in rapture and bliss as she gives birth to a new world bathed in golden light. Her wings protect the Earth as it goes through this transformational process. The new paradigm is being shifted and formed. The indwelling qualities and latent abilities that have been sleeping in the human race are waking up and expanding rapidly. These skills and talents need to come into focus now for the new golden age to be born. Other beings from far-off civilizations are also here to assist us with developing the potential that will take us to the next level of our existence. So it's very mystical, very otherworldly, cosmic, shamanic, high vibe, higher consciousness, spiraling up, very 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th chakra. So all those, yeah, so it's beautiful, isn't it? But yeah, it's just cool. I say not cool. Cool. It's so much more than cool, but very powerful, beautiful. There's a lot of, I call it like spirit animals in this. Lots of wolves. I really like to. I love wolves. So I'm here to pull up a couple. So I've enjoyed the messages. It's not, I don't know, I've noticed myself gearing towards very in-depth, deeper, powerful decks. Not to say not, I love my very lighthearted decks, like the kinds where I'm just so damn stressed out with life, and I just need something just to help get me out of my, that funk. It doesn't happen too often with me. I stay pretty peppy, but, sometimes you just want something. I don't want to read a shadow message. I just need to have something that just puts me back on a positive frame of mind. So there's always a place for that. I'm not saying light and fluffy is like, not necessary. It is necessary, but sometimes I want, like, when I'm ready to, if I'm wanting to go into a deeper spiritual place, something like this will hit that spot too. So, if that makes sense, I'm not hating, I'm just saying you need a variety, and I've been moving towards those. The next one is the Here and Now Visionary Cards. Ethany got this deck, and I was like, what is this deck? And it's exactly what I was looking for. It's all, visionarycards.com. It has a nice little book, and I think online she has like the guidebook, and then she had it set up so that everyone, there's even a place in the guidebook for each card where you can do your own messages. But she has on her website, you can find where people have added their own meanings. So it's kind of like a collective consciousness of meanings for her cards, and I found that really cool. I will say the card stock is not the best card stock. It's not bad. I mean, it's just not, it's like nothing to write home about, but it's still okay. And the backing's very bright. It's, I don't know how many cards it is, like 40 maybe or so. But I got this because it is very psychedelic, very meditative, beautiful, beautiful cards. I love that card. Third eye. There's one card that just makes me laugh. It's yeah, for the people on a spiritual path of some kind, or trying to find their spiritual path, because we all are different, right? The egg. It's just like we're all different, but we're all the same. Like the human experience has infinite fragments and possibilities and facets, but you know, it's still sort of the same thing. But yeah, very spiritual deck. I've enjoyed using this for, well, I'll say it's like I like, you know, depending on my mood before bed, I love pulling a card from somebody, from one of my decks. So this has been very nice. This one's like the weirdest one to me. It kind of like creeps me out, but it's cool, but different. But that's the only weird one. But there's like lettering on. I can't tell what it is. Hebrew letters, something on the baby. But anyway, so there's that one. Oh, I was like, Gary, put away the mermaid. So, yeah. One more. It's very beautiful. So there's all kinds of a mixture of a variety of her artwork. I guess I don't know what the time length is for all the art, but there's that one. I have been enjoying that one. If you're very, you know, spiritually minded as well, but I like, yeah, I love sacred geometry. I am a sucker for sacred geometry, for depth of any kind. I'm stacking them over there. Okay, yay. The next deck I just got is Iris. This is from Mary Elizabeth Evans. I have her Vessel Oracle deck, which I love using. It's a quick, you know, the little guidebook that comes with it, just a quick little message, but they have always been so spot on. It's very easy to add to a tarot reading, especially if you don't have a lot of time. Those are quick messages. But I got that one first, and then I was like, I felt compelled to get this one. This one's a bigger deck. This is 78 cards. I think the other one's like 40 something in the Vessel, but the Iris, this one I got just for me. Every time I get a deck, when I do readings, I always feel compelled with all my decks to use for people. I just feel, you know, like sharing the beauty of this. But this one, I was like, here's the backing. It's so beautiful. I remember when I first was getting a tarot and seeing this deck, I was like, what is this deck? And gorgeous oracle deck. Even though it's 78 cards, the same as, you know, traditional tarot, it's not, it's an oracle deck. But she talked about how she was going through a very healing time in her life when she was creating these, and the guidebook. So I just got it yesterday, so I've only pulled 2 cards from it, and I've looked at the cards, but it is exactly what I was needing for myself. There's a lot of shadow cards, a lot of light cards. It's just, I noticed, like, dealing with, like, inner child things or shadow work, you need, not that I haven't explored it long enough, but it's good to have, you need to have something that kind of, like, breaks you open. And this is what I got that for. Breaking me open, helping me heal wounds of any and all kinds. This is a very unusual deck, but I like her style. Mary Elizabeth Evans, she's very, very original. But I'll have to do, I guess, a more in-depth of this. But, and here's a little guidebook, and it's like, the messages, like the 2 cards I pulled, I'm like, yeah. It just hits home. It's like you don't feel so alone with whatever issues you're dealing with. It helps, yeah, bring light to the darkness. That was me, like, studying it, reading reviews, watching reviews on it, and then subsequently, like, kind of going through it. So, anyway, and then another deck. Well, I have 2. Let's see. Do I dare show you guys? I got the Star Child tarot. I watched. Everyone's got good reviews on this. You know, the first and second editions. I love Wild Moon Woman's. I love Ethany loves this deck. This is the Akashic edition. Akashic edition, the newest edition that she has, it's the traditional size, it's borderless, and so technically the 3rd edition of this deck. So even though it is the Akashic, it is a little bit different on in the 78 cards. Oh, was it Patrick? Patrick talked, compared all 3, and so there's variations in all of them. But let me show you. Star Child Tarot. So it's like the same lady who prints these, prints both of them. Oh, here, did I show you the backing? The backing. I was on the fence about this deck. I was like, do I get it? Do I not get it? I don't know if I should. Do I get it? Like, I'm very, this totally relates to me. So, I was going to say, Avalon did a great video on this. It was very honest because she was just talking about how she feels, more elementally earthy, and she said she was almost too much witch in her for the deck. It was really cute. So I was like, it was good to watch her video and how she explained like why this wasn't, she loves everything, she loves the presentation of it, there's the time and effort took for Danielle Noel is the artist to make it. So it's beautiful. There's so much beauty and effort and creativity put into this deck. I love that card. That is a badass Knight of Swords. But, it just wasn't resonating with her personally, and I appreciated her, like, doing a review on it, just explaining why it didn't work for her. But in that review, it made me realize this is my kind of deck. Among others. I have such a variety, but I can identify as a star child. I can identify as that. If anything, I need to make myself more grounded. And if I'm working on any element, I need to ground myself more. But so beautiful. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna start getting lost in the cards and showing you. But anyway, I just want to show you guys what I got. But yeah, I was gonna I can't. I don't want to take time. It's going to take too much time. But anyway, so there's the Star Child, and I'm excited, and the box is absolutely gorgeous, and we are all Stardust. I love it. And there's the book. And I was going to say, let me tell you what book. I haven't finished reading it. Have not finished reading it yet. So I'm halfway through, but this book has already made me cry hard twice. Granted, I'm a woman, so it could have been, that whatever that time that women have, but I could have been just more emotional that week. But this book made me cry hard. It just, I don't know what, I can't even tell you what it brought up for me. It just, anyway, it's called Initiation, Elizabeth Hay. She's basically about past lives and spirituality. And so if you're feeling called to read a book for perspective on life and meaning and reason, why we're here, and history of the human experience, human creation, I guess that's how you put it. This is a book you should look into. It's a little slow to get into, but it's worth every page. I was like, do I need to skip a few pages? Because everyone was like, on Amazon was like, slow to get into it. But I'm like, no, I'm glad I read, because the reason why I got it, because she talks about a past life of hers in Egypt, ancient Egypt. And I'm only halfway through it still, so I just barely gotten into that part of it. So the first part's about her childhood and growing, and I was like, I just identified with so many aspects of it. It was that's why I guess like I cried. I cried like a baby twice. And it wasn't because like someone died. It wasn't even because of that. It somehow touched me inside, and I was like, I don't know why I'm crying, but it's something I felt like I needed to grieve without even knowing I needed to grieve for. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm grieving for, but it's obviously something important. I just need to let it out. So anyway, so it's already touched me. I'm not even finished with it yet. I've just been so busy. Again, I've moved, so anyway, I'm reading this. I recommend it for, obviously, if you're not in the mood for something like this, don't bother. You're fine. There's so many books out there, right? So, read something else if you're not interested. But for people who have been wanting to go deeper, that's all, like, if that resonates with you at all, deeper, wanting to, like, pull the, like, Oz, pull the wizard's curtain back, yeah, this one. So, and with that said, so I was reading about her and her past life in ancient Egypt, and I went down to Atlanta and I picked this up at the Phoenix and the Dragon. It's a really amazing metaphysical shop. So I told you guys about the Cosmic Connection in Nashville. I used to have my favorite store where I live closed down 2 years ago, but none of those stores can touch Phoenix and the fucking Dragon. I'm like, holy crap. So I go in there, I'm like, where are your tarot decks? I want to look at your tarot decks. And they're like, just go back there and you'll see. She couldn't just tell me where they were because they were all over the store. They have chakra cards and oracles and tarot like in one section. They have the angel cards in another section. They have regular oracles in another one, which is where I picked this baby up. Isis Oracle. Is the only one I grabbed. I was so good. I only picked up one thing. This is it. They have a huge section for all kinds of woo-woo books on everything, from the the light-hearted for people first getting into really woo-woo matters or law of attraction, or just I don't want to say surface level because it's not surface level, but obviously people who are getting into this don't go straight for past lives or Alex Gray or not usually, right? It's like usually you're just like, I just want to have a feel-good card deck just to look at on a daily basis, or have a feel-good book. Like the feel-good books are right there in the front, and then each shelf after that it goes deeper and deeper. But they had so they have on their shelf there Phoenix and Dragon. If you're in Atlanta, oh my gosh, you're so lucky. So they had a copy of this. Like everything has a copy on the shelf that's like a demo. So you basically pop it open, they take out a couple of the cards, and you can touch the cards, see the cards, look at the guidebook before you even purchase it. I was like, oh my gosh. So of course I was in there I couldn't stay very long, but I was like in there touching everything. And then on top of that, on top of having demos, so I got to see the Mary L, the Triple Goddess. They have I think like Deviant Moon. I had all these decks, and they also had notebooks of decks. They had like a whole end of a bookshelf. They had notebooks. You can open them up and just see some sample cards from all these tarot decks that they have. So if they didn't happen to have a demo, which everything looked like it happened to have a demo, you can see tarot card samples from every deck and touch them as well. So I was like, oh my gosh, did they go over the top? And they had amazing animal oracles. The animal oracle section was in its own section as well. They had all kinds of sage wands. It was amazing, and crystals and everything. And they had a really cool Wiccan witch section too, and a fairy section, and a mermaid section. I was like, holy crap. But anyway, I was going to say, sorry, I got off on a tangent. Phoenix and the Dragon. Isis Oracle, because I was like, Egypt was calling me after just barely getting into this book. And Wild Moon Woman, I know, I'm a fangirl. I mention her all the time. But she started doing meditation videos for this deck because this is powerful. Let me show you something. The cardstock is amazing. I love the cardstocks. It's glossy, but it shuffles well. I love it. And the artwork is absolutely divine. But Isis, oh my gosh. I did not know an oracle deck could touch me like this one, if that makes sense. Very powerful. I've been using this at nighttime to like pulling a card and reading from the guidebook. So I've been using this for a little bit now this month, and so powerful. I think Christine and Celeste, she talked about this. It's just, like, looking at it, the artwork is absolutely stunning. It's a very empowering, like, look at that. Super powerful. It's just powerful. I know I'm talking about this like crazy. This is the last one. I think that that might be the one that Elise just posted on Wild Moon Woman for the meditation for. So, the reason why you need a meditation, and this is also, I was originally going to be like, I'm going to use this for others, but I think, it's like, not to be selfish, but I think I'm just going to use this one for myself. It feels very personal, like the iris. It is very personal. Something about it. So I would say any clients of mine or anyone watching this, like, go get this. If it calls to you, go get it and use it for yourself. I just don't feel comfortable. I was like, I don't feel comfortable using this for somebody else. So here's one I pulled last night, Queen of Heaven. I've actually pulled this twice now, but let me show you. So it has that page, 2 pages, and a blessing, and then an incantation. So it will walk you through a meditation, and which the reason why Wild Moon Woman would be posting it is because it's kind of hard to meditate and then read. But I've done one meditation. I've just read the message at first, and then I finally got into doing the meditation, despite not having to read it while doing it. But it was very mentally powerful, and now that you just listen to Wild Moon Woman's, you can listen to it and then be able to meditate to it. Very powerful. So yeah, it's beautiful. Alana Fairchild, she has a couple other oracle decks. I don't have any other ones of hers, but oh my god, and I just love the artwork. I mean, it just makes her, she's beautiful, but strong and empowering and guiding and gentle and nurturing and empowering and all that. So anyway, yeah, and then, oh, here's a Star Child box. Isn't that beautiful? Look at all that gold. It's so pretty. This speaks to me, my unicorn, rainbow loving self. So, did we hit it all? Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of the month of April. I know it's tax season, so I hope everyone's getting money back. And, yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching, and thanks for letting me share my enthusiasm with you guys.